Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Or wait, no, I want to do a different intro. Hello, hey, everybody. How's it hanging? We're experimenting with the intros now. That's kind of where we're at with the podcast, I think. Apologies that my hair is kind of a mess right now. I kind of rolled out of bed today, and for some reason, there's so many cars driving by right now. I literally what is it? Rush hour? It's literally not. I'm recording this at almost 2 p.m. Anyways, this is My Tiny Little House, episode 22. I think we're on 22 now. Wow, look at us go. Which feels like we're off track for the year. You know what I mean? Because I try to do this weekly. I know we've missed a few weeks. How many weeks have we missed? I know we missed one in June because I wanted to take a little break from after doing the interview series. I wanted to take a little break from the podcast for a little bit. Just 1 week, just an entire week. And then, we're back in full swing now, everybody. I kind of forgot that today was Monday, and usually I try to record these on Sundays, but yesterday was Sunday, and I woke up today thinking it was Sunday. Excuse me. Again, like I said, my entire my internal clock is just so off at the moment. I feel like I deliberately picked a time of day where there wouldn't be that much traffic, and there is just so much traffic where I'm recording right now. It is right next to a main road where this park is and stuff like that, but oh wow. Hello? We have some strangers who just rolled up. It looks like, what are they doing? Oh my god, we're going to spy on these people. Oh, they're just having a picnic. I'm such a douchebag. Oh my god. Anyways, I'm a little off my game today because I was just like I said, rolled out of bed, was like, oh fuck, I have to record a podcast today. We got to do the podcast. It's got to happen today. Monday, July 21st is what it is. Yes, indeed. New Tyler album just dropped today. I have not listened to it yet. My plan is to listen to it live on stream, do a live reaction to the album. But I haven't really, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do that later today. Also, I just got here to this park. And, of course, the minute I roll up, it looks like it's about to rain. It looks like it's about to just start downpouring on me. Just my damn luck with my podcast recording times and choices and whatnot. Also just my luck, we can't get the word of the day. Why? I feel like everybody today is deliberately driving the world's loudest vehicle. I feel like today everybody deliberately was just you know what? It's not gonna be a calm, quiet, collected, cool Monday. It's what even makes that fucking noise? If your car's making that noise, that's a truck. If your truck's making that noise, you need to go get that thing serviced. Go get that thing looked at. Anyways, guys, I don't know what we're gonna do. We don't have any cell service here to look up the word of the day, unfortunately. Kind of comes with the business of recording episodes, I think, remotely, is that unfortunately we usually don't get much cell service. Now, what was I gonna say? Dude, what is this guy doing? Is he doing fucking donuts? Is he going up and down the road? That's the same truck. Bro. He went, oops, forgot something, and then turned around and went back. Anyways, speaking of driving and whatnot, on my way here today, I had a few errands to make. I've been doing bottle and can returns, just because we've had a lot of people over the house lately. It's summertime, usually, it's when, outdoor parties happen and whatnot. We had a lot of recycling that I had to, get a couple extra bucks for. Maybe use it towards a snack review or something like that. Maybe that'll be our budget for the next snack review, is all from recycling stuff. Actually, that would be a fun thing to motivate people to do, wouldn't it? Motivate people to return bottles and cans. Whatever happened to that? Michelle Obama, I feel was really on that train of trying to get people to recycle and take care of the environment and stuff like that. I should get back on that. Did you know, actually, at least here in the States, that if you can return bottles and cans and it gives you a little bit of money? That being said, that's what I had to go do today because we had a ton of stuff, just so much stuff from 4th of July just left over that was just sitting in our garage. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make a couple extra bucks. So I went and did that today. stopped off at the dollar store, bought myself what I thought was the right can of Monster Energy. It was not. I bought the wrong one, and now I'm a little perturbed by that. I haven't had my daily dose of caffeine, unfortunately. I'm still going to drink it. I just don't think that it wasn't the one that I wanted. I'm really into the Monster Energy rehabs at the moment because they're only 3 grams of sugar. They have electrolytes in them. I don't really know what an electrolyte is, but it's in that drink. It's in that little tin can, aluminum can. I actually don't know. Anyways, oh, that's a nice breeze. It's one of the first days in like a long time where it's not like fucking 100 degrees outside. Like we finally are on, I think maybe we're on the mend of summer, which I'm happy for. I hate summertime. I think it's one of the worst times of year. Time of year. That makes more sense. I think it's one of the worst times of year. Time of year. There we go. I said it right. That's going to be the word of the day is time. Phrase of the day is time of year. There we go. Because I guess we're going to have to make up our own word of the day. Unfortunately, we do not have access to our technology has failed us, everybody. What if I ask Siri? Hey, Siri, give me a word of the day. Which language? English. What? I don't want to translate. No, you're pissing me off. Anyways, that being said, on my way here today, I got followed by about I got to word this properly because otherwise it sounds bad. I got followed separately 4 times by 4 different cop cars. And one of them was like definitely on to me. I don't know if he's like the anti-podcasting police officer and he was going to like arrest me for podcasting or something, but he was actually the most recent one that followed me. I was going down the road and I'm like, oh, okay, I can turn around at this. Like, I don't like being followed by cops. I don't like being followed whenever I'm driving in general. I get sketched out whenever like somebody's been following me for so many turns. I'm like, who are you? What do you know? What are you trying to get from me? Are you trying to rob me? What are you going to do to me? You know? But I'm getting followed by this cop. And I'm like, okay, there's like a deli up ahead, like gas station deli up ahead. I'm going to pull in there. And like, I even did kind of like a last minute turn in, like kind of like put my blinker on at the last minute and just sort of slowly eased my way in there. And he followed me in there. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like this cop was definitely following me. I don't know what it was. Like he was definitely suspicious of me. And I don't have any reason, I don't know what you would say. Like, I'm not like a suspicious guy. I don't have any drugs in my car. All I had was podcasting equipment, which if that's a crime, you can put the cuffs right on me, pal. If podcasting is a crime now, you can put the cuffs right on me. Okay. Now, oh man, I just swallowed a bug. Maybe it's not as nice out today as I thought it was. It's kind of starting to get a little shitty out. It's a little muggy, a little gross. I do think we're about to get rain. Don't tell me I just showed up to this location to make a podcast episode and now we're getting rained on, because it looks like we're about to get rained on. Who knows? Maybe at some point in this episode, it's going to cut to me back at home in my bedroom, all miserable and sad, all womp womp. Got pulled over, got a ticket today. I didn't get pulled over though. The cop did not, in fact, pull me over, but he pulled into the same deli/gas station thing and was like, it was definitely kind of like sus. I don't know if he was like sus of me. I don't know what was going on. And then as I'm leaving, I'm like, okay, I'm going to like go in there. Maybe I'll grab like a bag of chips or something. I didn't get anything from the like deli or whatever, but I go out, I get back in my car, turn my car on, right? I go to pull out and another cop car pulls in to the deli parking lot. I'm just a little like, I can't help but feel a little bit like that's a little sus. That's a little sketchy. Why are the cops out today? Why today of all days? A Monday, July 21st? If it was the 4th of July, I'd get it. But like, what are we doing here, man? What are we freaking doing, dude? Dude, my hair is a mess on this episode. Oh my God, I look horrible. Why do you guys watch this? You guys are going to like hate me now. You guys are going to tune into this episode and be like, why can't this guy just run a comb? See, that truck is telling me. He's like, dude, you need to comb your damn hair. You shouldn't be making podcast episodes when you look ugly, pal. I feel a little ugly today, though. I feel a little like, ugh, just one of those days. As in the wise words of Limp Bizkit, it's just one of those days. Man, oh fuck, now I'm getting hungry, dude. There's a couple picnicking over there. Do you think if I went over to them, like, and just asked them for like a little bite to eat or like a little snack or something, do you think they'd give it to me? Do you think they would be like generous enough to be like, you know what, friend, you know what, pal, guy we don't know, stranger who's podcasting, and we're definitely not suspicious of him. Maybe he's the cop that followed me. He's just off duty now, having lunch with his girlfriend. You know what, pal? Here's a hot dog or something. A hot dog with no bun. Uncooked hot dog, no bun. You got to eat it raw. Which apparently you can do. Apparently you can eat hot dogs. Did you guys know this? You can eat hot dogs raw. They're not like, I guess because they're already like processed or something like that. Well, I guess it wouldn't be raw, but you can eat them cold. You don't need to like heat them up per se. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't spread that information. Maybe I'm spreading fake news right now, and I'm going to get somebody really, really sick who's watching this episode. Somebody who's like a first-time watcher of this podcast is going to like tune into this episode and be like, wow, really? Go over the fridge, eat like 3 Oscar Mayer wieners, and just like start dying immediately. Please don't die. Please don't die, at least not when you're watching my episode. Please die after the episode so that way I get just like the full view. It's better for the algorithm. If you're going to die, make it worthwhile for the algorithm. That being said, also, if you'd like to get more content of this podcast, we do have a Patreon. $5 a month, you become a big mouse in the house of my tiny little house. And I mean, I guess I'm the biggest mouse objectively in terms of like the mouse economy, if you will. Is it an economy? What do you even call it? I don't know. And I just felt the first raindrop on me. We've got rain. Okay. I'm going to go pack up my stuff, and either we're going to be back here or we're going to be in my bedroom at my desk. Sorry, guys. I really want to do an outdoor episode. Like I said, it's really okay. I want to make this brief, though. The outdoor episodes, I want to keep doing them, though. Like, I want to get as many in as we can before, like, the season is over and it's too cold outside to bring my, like, equipment and do podcast episodes. So, unfortunately, it looks like we are about to get rained on pretty hard. So, I'm going to wrap up what I'm doing here and figure out what we're going to do next for the rest of the episode. This is going to be Daniel Gets Wet Part 2. Well, guys, as you can see, I'm back home. It started raining pretty hard out of nowhere. We kind of just got hit with this little blurb of rain out of nowhere. It knew that I was recording a podcast outside today, and the weather, whoever controls it, who knows? Many people on the internet have their own conspiracy theories as to who might do that. Will not indulge in any of those, but yeah, I got rained on pretty hard, and also, as I was packing up, as I was like getting all my stuff together, getting my, shutting the camera down, packing up my laptop, putting it all in that duffel bag you see right over there. I'm gonna burp. Hang on. Excuse me. The couple that was doing a little picnic, a few feet away from me, a couple 100 feet away from me, they were giving me some looks. They're giving me some glances, give me some peeps, little peepers with their eyeballs. And I heard them talking about me as I like walked past their table. I don't know what they thought I was up to. Maybe they were like, maybe they're the ones who reported me to the anti-podcasting police. That almost got me booked. Okay? Because actually, on my way home, as I was leaving the park, I pulled out, and I was driving down the road. It's a big, long road. The same one you can hear all the road noise coming from it as I'm recording the episode. Lo and behold, I saw somebody get pulled over. That's right. Yes, the police are out today. I don't know what the significance of July 21st, 2025 is. Maybe it's because there's a new Tyler the Creator album and they're bored and they're like, oh, let's go listen to the new Tyler album while we go pull people over for no reason. Let's go patrol the area for podcasters as we listen to this new Tyler the Creator project, which I do not have the time, unfortunately, today to stream to listen to it. In fact, I actually have a little thing to go to after I finish recording this episode because I got a not quite a job, but it's I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to jinx it. It seems like an exciting opportunity. Let's just say it's an exciting opportunity for your old pal, little Daniel. But today has the vibe of a rainy day. I think I kind of woke up this morning and I was like, yep, it's going to be like a rainy day vibes kind of day. It's going to be, I don't think we've officially done what I call like the rainy day podcast special. And that is where we fully lean into it being a rainy day. We fully lean into the idea that it's just downpouring outside. The weather's bad. None of us, it's like we can't go anywhere and film anything. Obviously, that was the case kind of today. I think we are soft launching. Do people still use that term, soft launching? We're soft launching the rainy day special, the My Tiny Little House rainy day special. Almost akin to the slumber party episode we did on the Patreon, patreon.com/mytinylittle.house, $5 a month. And you get some of the best content freaking imaginable. Also, that reminds me I have to record a bonus episode later this week. Now, we still have a word of the day that we have yet to do. This deep into the episode, and we haven't done word of the day. Can you believe me? Can you guys believe me? It's okay if you don't believe me. It's perfectly fine. Some days I struggle to believe in myself. But the word of the day, kind of ties into what I just said maybe a little bit.
Hubris.
Hubris. It's a noun. What it means, hubris is a formal and literary word that refers to the great or foolish amount of pride or confidence. Here's like an example, I guess. The project's failure was predictable given the inexperience and unbridled hubris of those leading the effort. I'm sure we can try to work hubris into the episode somehow. In fact, I think pretty easily. I guess I could talk about this. Usually this time of year I get really, I don't know what it is, anxious. I get like really bad, like, it's almost like not even like seasonal depression, but like a seasonal anxiety. And I wake up like I'm like, oh my God, it's summer of 2025. Another summer is going right past me and I have to do more stuff. I have to get out there and do more things. And I feel like I'm never doing enough, but that's also just like the worst way to think. Sometimes doing something, a podcast maybe, a Twitch stream, making a video, snack reviews. That's all. Maybe that's is that the opposite of hubris? Would that be the opposite? It's almost like a lack of hubris, but hubris refers to like a foolishness. It's like an overconfidence that doesn't help you. In fact, it quite hinders your ability to effectively get things done. That's such a good word of the day, hubris. Oh, I like that one a lot. I guess we'll do the Urban Dictionary word of the day over on the Patreon exclusive version of the episode where we do an extra half hour over there. Pretty exciting stuff. I'm not gonna lie though, today is very much a I don't know what it is. Today has a really weird vibe. Like, I woke up today and I was like, okay, I got to get the podcast episode out. I also totally forgot that I have to drive like an hour after this to go to something. And I'm not excited about that. That part kind of sucks. I wish I had planned ahead of time a little bit better. I'm not going to lie though. I'm very tired today, guys. It's been it's been one of those days where even the energy drinks just don't help. They don't push me enough to to really bridge the gap. And also I bought, like I said earlier in the episode, I bought the wrong fucking energy drink, man. That really threw off my whole day. Honestly, I think that was like what made all the police spawn in my area, was getting the wrong energy drink from the dollar store, which again, like I said, I'm going to kind of like dwell on this idea here real quick. I think more people should do bottle and can returns. If they have those machines where you live, go do that. Get a couple extra bucks in your pocket. If you drink, like a vitamin water, maybe trying to think, a Monster Energy, there you go. You're missing out on where I live, it's 10 cents a can. Okay. You're missing out on 10 cents a can, dude. Can you imagine? Think about that. You get an extra 10 cents for every can that you return. If you tally that up and how much you probably drink canned beverages, especially if you have people over at the house, In fact, if I were to have like big parties, I went to like a kind of big party like 2 weeks ago. If I were to have like a big party at my house, it would be a no-brainer. I'd be collecting all that recycling and being like, well, this is kind of like my like almost like a security deposit for the party afterwards. You just return all the bottles and cans like the next day or like a few days later, and you get like that's a couple extra bucks. And you were the one who had to host, so I think that's rightfully yours. Even if you didn't bring all the, or even if you didn't provide all the drinks yourself, those are rightfully your bottles and your cans. They were on your property. They were consumed on your land, okay? That is rightfully yours. You can take those extra 10 cents per can and maybe put it towards your next party. Again, it's kind of like a security deposit there. Think about it that way. Also, sorry, I hate this fucking chair, man. I can't wait for the one episode of this podcast where like, or maybe even like for like a Twitch stream or something like that, where I just get so fed up with this chair that I just decide to obliterate it. Just smash it to bits. Absolutely wreck this fucking chair. Just you know what? I don't even want to like take it apart properly. What I want to do is I want to go throw it off my deck in the pouring rain. So it's like one of those scenes in the movie where like they're going to go like storm a castle or something like that, and it's pouring rain and it's like, oh my God, it's all serious and whatnot. I'm trying to think of like an example. Like in Red Dead 2, I think you're sneaking into like an enemy soldier's like camp. Like it was like the Confederate soldiers camp, and it's all pouring rain and it's all like, or maybe no, I think I'm conflating two missions in Red Dead 2. Or maybe it's like, oh, when you're like leaving, oh, spoiler alert for Red Dead Redemption 2. Also, you've had plenty of time to play the game by now, but spoiler alert for Red Dead Redemption 2. When you're rescuing, I think it's Javier on Guarma, when you're like on the island and you're rescuing him and it's pouring rain outside and you and Dutch are cutting open those bags of sugar and it's making the air all thick and then you're going to cause a big fire or something like that. I forgot how did this even tie back to my original point? I just started talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, man. What is my problem? I actually just... Oh my God, my dogs are barking again. Hang on a second. We gotta go calm the doggies down, and then we'll continue the episode. Sorry, fellas. It wouldn't be this podcast if every episode wasn't a total fucking disaster. Yeah, like I said, I think we're kind of coming to a close with the like outdoor episodes, at least for now. I think we're gonna kind of maybe have a little bit of a return to form soon to doing the episodes in my bedroom, maybe even a few more car episodes. I want to say though, looking back on it now, especially now that like we're probably about halfway through summer at this point. Actually, what would it officially be? Yeah, I guess like we're like, we're getting there. When is the summer solstice is in like June, correct? That's like June 22nd or whatever. When are we? I got my calendar. Oh no, I'm breaking the rule of the podcast. I can't look at another screen. Oh my God, look at me forgetting how to do my own show. But we're kind of in like the, we're getting towards the fall, guys. It's the Fall Guys, like that game that everybody used to play and then everybody got really tired of. But we're getting towards the fall and like, I'm starting to think about it, it's like, what's this podcast going to look like come autumn, come September or October? I get the feeling it's going to be kind of a warm September this year, though. I don't know why I get that vibe. I get the vibe that like summer's going to linger a little too long this year, and I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that at all. In fact, I think I saw like a tweet where it's like, oh yeah, like at this point, it feels like fall and spring only exist for like 2 weeks. Especially now, like especially where I live, like it feels like fall is just like this little 2 week period. Where, the leaves are turning orange and red and, and brown and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, it's winter. Next thing you know, it's freaking Christmas and old St. Nicholas is coming down the chimney. Can you believe that? I'm talking about Christmas in July. Look at me. Why was that a whole thing? Do you guys remember that? Like, what is Christmas in July? I remember hearing about this a lot as a kid, like people talking about Christmas in July. What the hell did that even mean? Like, what was that referring to? Christmas in July. What is it? Was it from? Is it a movie? What even is it? I love how when I looked it up, the first thing that just came up was just Christmas! Thursday, December 25th, 2025. Oh, it's on a Thursday this year. Cool. The first thing that just came up is Christmas. What exactly is Christmas in July? Christmas in July, also known as Christmas in summer in the Northern Hemisphere, and Christmas in winter. Wait, what? It's a second Christmas celebration held on July 25th that falls outside the traditional period of Christmas tide. What? That doesn't tell me anything. So, who started this? Who invented it? Started as a movie. It's a film? Okay, so it's a 1940 American screwball comedy film written by Preston Sturges and starring Dick Powell. That's a great name. Almost sounds like Dick Power. And Ellen Drew. What is this? So Christmas in July is that's like a thing from this movie. I'm a little confused here. I'm a little lost. Why am I supposed to care about this? It kind of gives me, oh, it's an Australian thing? What? What are the origins? Please tell me. What? This is just kind of like one of those made up things, I guess. Kind of like one of those weird festivals that, like, I don't know, people just one day were like, you know what, let's make this a thing. Let's do this. Why not? I wonder if there's Christ in that Christmas. Tis, good joke. Great joke right there. Fantastic joke, right? I know. I'm pretty funny. All right, you guys. If you can't tell, it's the next day. Now, what happened exactly? Why did I have to cut the episode completely yesterday and start recording again today? Well, I'll have you know, what happened was, for some reason, my MacBook, which I record all the audio of this podcast to, just stopped using my microphone. This microphone right here. So I was just like, oh my God, I can't get it. It started using the MacBook microphone and it wouldn't pick up this microphone. So I'm like, you know what? We've taken so many L's today. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning. Well, what would be this morning? Go to the Dollar Tree, get the right Monster Energy can this time. This time I got the Strawberry Lemonade Rehab. Once again, a little bold of them to be going with the Rehab branding on it. That's a little wild of a term. In fact, it's meant to be this kind of like rehydration drink. It's sort of like subtly advertising itself as something you're supposed to drink the day after drinking, or like if you're on like a little bit of a bender or something like that. It's supposed to be what you drink to essentially rehabilitate yourself. Feels like it's a little bit in poor taste to be calling it Monster Energy Rehab. Bit of a bold choice there, if you ask me. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed that they've continued to run with that name all these years later. Because I remember they had it back when I was in like high school and middle school, because that's around the age when you start getting into Monster Energy. But I mean, okay, now maybe it's a little cringe that I, a grown adult man, am still drinking Monster Energy drinks. I'll just have you know, it's what they have at Dollar Tree at the moment. Whatever they have at Dollar Tree is what I'm buying. Okay? Whatever they're selling to me at Dollar Tree for $1.34 is what I'm getting. I don't care if it's 300 milligrams of caffeine. I don't care if it's 20 milligrams of caffeine. I need my hit, and I need it cheap. Okay, that's the way I see it. I need my little hit of caffeine, and I need it for cheap. Anyways, guys, I guess because it's the next day, and I would just scrap the episode, but I don't know. I didn't feel like it. This episode is a little all over the place. I know it. I know. We're kind of a return to form. We're halfway through the year, and I think it was about time we had a return to form episode where things got messed up and you know, things out of my control interfered with my ability to do this podcast. Let me get the framing of the camera right, too. Oh, my God. What a freaking mess. Well, the good news is, because it's the next day, it means you guys do get a second word of the day. And yes, that means that the patrons are going to get 2 Urban Dictionary words instead of just 1. The word of the day for July 22nd, 2025 is jettison.
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 Jettison. It's a verb. When you jettison something, you get rid of it either because it is not needed or because it is impeding your progress or otherwise weighing you down. Huh. I suppose one could say I could have jettisoned the first 20 to 30 minutes of this episode, but no, I decided to go against the jettison there, or I decided to go against jettisoning the entire episode because I wanted to continue. Oh no, I almost just kicked over my thermos. I wanted to continue this episode because it was really weird day. It was a really weird day yesterday. Like I said, yesterday was crawling with cops. I don't know why there were so many cops out and about, patrolling the area, keeping an eye on things, being suspicious of podcasters for some reason. Podcasters who just want to go into a park, sit somewhere, and make a fun little episode in the park on like what looked like a nice day up until it started pouring rain. And I was just like, you know what? We go home, and then we go home, and then the entire, my entire MacBook setup just shits the bed completely and decides not to pick up. We got it working now, though, right? That's the right microphone. Good to see. Anyways, I'm realizing it's kind of hard to be funny at such a difficult time in the world. In fact, it's quite a bit of a challenge. I don't mean to sound like I guess I sound like one of those guys that's like you can't tell any more jokes anymore because everything's like too woke now. But I'm almost going the opposite direction. It's like, man, like I wake up every day and I open up Twitter, I open up the news, and I just find out the most like depressing thing, the most just unmotivating shit imaginable. And I'm just like, man, how am I going to go record a podcast that's supposed to be funny for the next, hour of my life? It's a lot easier said than done, guys. It's a bit of a challenge if you ask me. Actually though, in recent news, I just saw this today. We had a few new announcements today, which was really exciting. I just saw that there's a little thing called Poke Park Kanto, which is like, I think based off the Kanto region from Pokemon. I don't really know much about Pokemon because I only really ever played like, I think maybe in total 2.5 Pokemon games in my life. I was never a big Pokemon kid growing up. I was much more into just about anything else. But I see that they've just announced that there's going to be an official Pokemon like theme park opening up. Oh, is it in Japan? Where is this opening up? Tickets for Poke Park Kanto are scheduled to go on sale in late 2025. Interesting. And a lot of the comment section on the video, I expected it to be kind of like, I don't know, for me, for a franchise, if I was super into Pokemon or really just any franchise, be quiet. Sorry guys, my MacBook's beeping off right now. If I were to see that one of my favorite franchises was opening up a theme park, I'd be pretty excited. I think that's pretty big. Kind of like, I will admit, I wanted to go to, Super Mario World, Super Mario Land or whatever, except for the fact that it's like $8,000 to breathe the air there, I would love to go to the Super Mario themed, theme park. That would be, I think, pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool concept, except for the fact that like, it's so expensive. And that's kind of what I think I've talked about this. Maybe I talked about it on the last episode. Maybe it was on the Patreon. I don't remember how much I hate theme parks. I hate amusement parks. I think they're the biggest like physical money pit that the world has to offer these days. All you're going to do is sink a ton of money into like, spending a day there it's so expensive. Disney World, it's such a scam. But so many of the people, I don't know, to me, if I were a bigger Pokemon fan and I saw this thing open up, I'd be like kind of ecstatic. I'd be like, oh, that's cool. This franchise that I'm really into is finally getting some, to an extent, mainstream representation that it rightfully deserves. I mean, I think Pokemon is in like its next big like resurgence of popularity right now, at least with, I've seen a lot of the, the Pokemon trading cards. Like there's scalpers for that now. I guess there's always been scalpers for it, but like now there's scalpers. There's like, it's become this whole thing. And I'm like, oh, it kind of makes sense that we're finally seeing like a Pokemon theme park. Kind of, we had like Mario, now we have Pokemon. And all the comment section is people just complaining that it's not the thing that they specifically wanted from Pokemon in that moment. And I can't help but feel like that's kind of a sign of like it going down the Star Wars route, where it's like, no matter what they do, I think Pokemon has entered a point where like it's become one of those franchises where, like, again, no matter what the people in charge of it do, the people doing it do, it's never going to be enough. Like a majority of the fan base is going to be upset by what they have to offer for them. That is how I see Pokemon right now, especially with the comment section that I'm seeing on this video right here. Like the top comment is, "Oh, hell no. I thought this was going to be a new Poke Park game. I didn't even know that there was a thing called Poke Park games." Again, I don't know much about it. And again, it's just a bunch of people being so disappointed that it's not a game. And also, well, I guess it's a little bit disappointing that it's all the way in Japan. But also, like, it's Pokemon. What did you exactly expect, you know? Did you expect it to, you know... I don't know. I guess Pokemon has always been more popular in Japan than it has really in the States. I guess. I don't know. I've actually never been to Japan. It's actually one of my life goals is to eventually travel to Japan and see good old Japan for what it is. I hear it's actually pretty it's a pretty good vacation spot. In fact, I know somebody, I won't name names, somebody who had the option of either going to Disney World or going to Japan. And now, like I just mentioned, my thoughts and feelings towards Disney World, and that it's a huge money pit, they chose Disney World over Japan. Now, granted, you have to get a passport to go to Disney World. No, I'm kidding. Granted, you have to get a passport to go to Japan. You have to do, travel and whatnot. But from what I hear, it's actually, you can afford it. Maybe potentially better than you could afford a Disney trip nowadays. How much does it cost to go to Disney World? And also, why is there an entire genre of YouTuber and content creator where, like, do you guys know about, like, Disney creators? Are you guys aware of this? People where it's like their whole job is to go to Disney parks. It's almost like the mall reviewers. We've talked about mall reviewers and mall walkers on the show before. It's so much similar to that to me. Like, it's like the same. These people are cut from the same cloth of like your entire content. And I'm not shitting on it. I just find it. If anything, I find it quite interesting that your entire content is going to a big corporate commercial area and just documenting all that, walking around, seeing what's new, maybe complaining about it the same way the Pokemon fans complain about. I don't know, Pokemon Park. Maybe we're going to see a whole new, well, Pokemon YouTubers are a thing, right? That's like a whole other genre. Pokemon YouTubers are a thing. Are we going to see those people? Like, is Pokemon Park or Poke Park, whatever it's called, is it going to expand so much so that we're going to get one here in the States and it's going to become like, every time they do like a Christmas special there, kind of like how they do it like Disney World, you're going to get like people like YouTubers going there and being like, man, they really cut the budget this year, huh? They must not really care anymore about this place. This place is going to shit. Because, like, according to these people, like the Disney people, the mall review people, all these people, like, everything in their minds and everything in their world is just going to shit. It's all declining. They can never see it, how things are just changing and times change. It's always like, wow, this place has really gone downhill. What a shame. And I think that they almost get off on that a little bit. I think that's kind of where they get off a little bit. They're like, ooh, yes, I have something to complain about. What more could I ask for in life? I have something to complain about. I think that's also just kind of where it comes from. I think it's just a matter of having a thing to complain about. Something in life that, I think that that's a big thing with a lot of people. They just like having something to complain about. And it's even easier if it's something that you're somewhat passionate about. Whether that's Pokemon, Disney, Star Wars. I think you're kind of starting to see it with Marvel people, but I also think Marvel is just kind of like a fatigued thing anyways. It's just like, I think people like to hop on a train of something that they like, right? And then kind of like in the same way that like we love to build things up and then tear them down just as fast. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things where you like to claim yourself to be a fan of something and then watch it change, and then so much so that sometimes it's not even that thing changed. It's that your taste in things change. And it's okay for that to happen, by the way. It's okay for your taste in media, movies, TV shows, YouTubers, content creators. It's okay for that thing to change. Or it's okay for your taste in that thing to change, so much so that you don't like that thing anymore. You can just say, hey, it's not for me anymore. And that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly acceptable. But I think it's like, it gets to a point where some people just want to see their favorite thing fail. It's like they want to see this thing that they loved and they held with such a high honor. They want to see it completely just like, crash and burn. And I think that's a little bit sad. To me personally, though, I'm one of those people where if I feel like something isn't doing it for me anymore, like, oh, it's just not, it's not appealing to that part of my brain anymore. It's not scratching that itch anymore. I move on. I move on to something else. I go, okay, I'm going to find something else that scratches that itch. And I wish peace and love to those people or that thing that I used to love so much. I hope nothing but the best for it, I hope that they go on and become ethical billionaires with no private jets, though. We're going to do away with the private jet thing, I think. Yeah, but I'll never understand that. And you know what? I'll say something right now. I'll say something. I guess I'm going to kind of put... I'm a little hesitant to talk about this, but I'll talk about it. Somebody who used to watch... I had somebody come into my chat one time when I was live, and they hadn't been in chat in a little while. And all they said was, you're not my favorite Twitch streamer anymore. And my honest response to that was, I was like, okay. I almost felt like they wanted to get a reaction out of me a little bit, but I was like, yeah, that's normal. I've stopped watching many content creators because they just didn't entertain me anymore. You don't have to stick around. You don't have to have loyalty to something if it's not entertaining you anymore. Same thing goes for me. If I stop doing it for you and I'm not cooking that same, I'm not scratching that same little, part of your brain. I'm not tickling that same itch in your brain. You don't have to stick around. You can go find somebody else who does tickle that part of your brain. I think all in all, we're just looking for something to tickle our brains, everybody. Every day of our lives, I think that's just part of being a human, is you're just looking for something to tickle that part of your brain, that makes you giggle and laugh every day, or maybe makes you cry, laugh and cry. They say that in the Family Guy opening, something that, what makes us, what is it? Seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV. But where are those good old-fashioned values on which we used to rely? Wait, when does the laugh and cry part come in? Look, there's a Family Guy. Luckily, there's a man who positively can do all the things that make us laugh and cry. Yeah, I hope that's me. I hope that somehow out there, with my mess of a podcast and my sloppy Twitch streams, I somehow scratch an itch in your brain that makes you both laugh and cry. Maybe I make you cry of laughter. Maybe I make you cry of sadness. Comment down below if anything I've ever done on stream has made you cry legitimate tears of sadness. Legitimate, like, Markiplier making a 1 million subscriber special tears of sadness. I would like to know. Or happy. I guess those are happy tears. I guess maybe that's not accurate to what Mr. Iplier does whenever he cries. When's the last time Markiplier cried on a video? Oh, actually, I really want to know that, because I remember that used to be kind of his thing. He was like the guy that cried on camera. Maybe that'll be me. Maybe that'll be me during the 500,000 subscriber. That'll be me during the 500 subscriber special when we hit that on the main channel. Or maybe I'll cry on stream during the 500 follower special over on the Twitch page, Which reminds me, I gotta start posting more clips, guys. Oh, frick. I haven't posted clips in almost a month, I think. I gotta start editing my content down again. That way you guys can get little bite-sized, haha funny moments, which I have to say, if you're watching this podcast episode as it goes up, I've been playing a really fun game recently. I've been playing this game called Date Everything. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You get to date household objects around a house, and you put on these little glasses, you shoot love beams into them, like, and it like fills up a little heart meter, and the next thing you know, you're dating your toaster, which, by the way, they knew what they were doing with that character design. God damn. I will say, oh, what the heck? Something just squeaked on my floor. That was my shoe. I hope that picked up on the microphone. I'm also paranoid now that my microphone is not recording audio. Please be... Yes, we are still recording audio. Thank God. But yeah, that's been kind of my like long-term game right now on stream, has been playing Date Everything. It's very fun, by the way. It's actually very cool game. I think there's over 100 dateable options in it. And then who knows, maybe Date Everything is going to become a big franchise. They're going to make Date Everything 2, Date Everything 3, so on and so forth, to the point where they open up an amusement park where you can date objects inside of the amusement park. You can date a roller coaster or something like that. And everybody, all the Date Everything fandom is going to get really upset that it's not Date Everything 72 or Date Everything in Space or something like that. Oh man. As I was saying, it's a fun game. It's a very fun, cool little game. So if you want to watch me play that, also we have VODs now. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on the podcast. I have a VOD channel now. If you ever miss a stream and you're sitting there and you're scratching your head, you're crying, you're tearing your hair out of your, tearing the follicles right from your scalp, and you're really upset because you missed another stream, don't worry, guys. I publish my VODs now. We have a VOD channel. If you go to my link tree, I'll probably put the link tree down below in the description of this episode, so you can go over there and watch me, watch some streams that you missed. Maybe see me or catch me saying or doing something I'm not supposed to do, and then you can go and expose me on Twitter, and then I have to go on a whole like apology tour, I always feel like it's like every summer, I feel like is when a lot of the big like YouTuber cancellation things happen. Why does it feels like it only happens in the summertime though, is when the big things happen. I know there's a big one going on with not Iron Mouse getting canceled, but like the company that they work for or the company that they're signed to, I don't really know how that works, is under some fire for some I don't know, some financial stuff. I'm a guy who reads news headlines now and forms his opinion based off that. Don't ever come to me for any credible sources of information. I don't read anymore, guys. I gave up reading for Lent, okay? And I'm not even Catholic. I just forgot that, I just wanted to be included, okay? I just wanted to be included. That kind of reminds me of when I was when I think I was in like second grade. I didn't know what Hanukkah was, and I wanted to I was like, oh, but like Hanukkah sounds like so much fun, because I had like two Jewish friends that would talk about it because it was like an alternative to Christmas, and I'm like, but I just want to be involved. I want to celebrate Hanukkah and Christmas. Maybe that's because I just wanted eight crazy nights all to myself. And if you haven't seen 8 Crazy Nights with Adam Sandler, damn, you missed out on one of the best movies of all time. In fact, peak cinema, okay? It is, in fact, the greatest movie of all time is 8 Crazy Nights. In fact, they should make an amusement park based off of that. How about that? A ride where you get inside of a porta potty and they just shove you down a cliff. There you go. See? They need to start hiring me. If we're going to be opening up these amusement parks, which by the way, who can afford to, like I said, in this economy, who can afford these amusement parks? Who can afford to build them, and who can afford to go to them? They got to start making cheap amusement parks again. That's what we need. We need some real rickety ass roller coasters and some, just shit slapped together with duct tape. We need more stuff like that in the world. We need more permanent staples like that in the world, rather than these big Disney parks. Like Star Wars Land? Did they throw in the towel with that name and just call it Star Wars Land? I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Maybe we just need to start doing that. What's the next big franchise though that we think? So Pokemon's kind of on its rise, and then we're gonna get 8 Crazy Nights, the amusement park. Oh, maybe like an entire Adam Sandler world. How about that? How about one where you get to like play football with like the Water Boy or something like that? Or what's another good one? Oh boy, I don't think you could do anything for Jack and Jill. That might be a bit of a risk there. What if like Adam Sandler themed amusement park? What do you do? Maybe like Happy Gilmore Golfing, which apparently they're making a sequel to. I just saw like a trailer for that. I'm anti-sequel. If you guys don't know this about me, I'm a very one and done kind of person with ideas, especially when they're like nostalgia sequels, where it's like, well, here's a popular property from 20 to 30 years ago. Hey, let's do a nostalgic like throwback sequel or something like that. I'm so against it. I just think it's so tiring, guys. It's all just so tiring. But Adam Sandler, I know you're a big fan of the show. If you want to reach out and we can set up an amusement park, I don't know anything about amusement parks and how to set them up. So, if you want to go 50-50 on the business with me, pal, you got my number, you got my contact. You can figure it out somehow. I'm sure you can just DM me on Twitter, Mr. Sandler, and we can set up an awesome Adam Sandler world for you. Maybe in like I don't know. Maybe we could do it. Let's do it in like Montana. Let's do it in a state nobody would expect it. Montana. Is it what they're all in like Florida, California, stuff like that. Maybe like a Montana-based Adam Sandler themed amusement park with like a Happy Gilmore golfing simulator. I'm trying to think of other Adam Sandler movies. Bedtime Stories has like I don't know, like one of those like interactive rides where, I don't know, maybe you get like a wand that's like your dream wand. You get to point it at things and it makes things happen or something like that. There's ideas here. And I think Adam Sandler, I think you're big enough to capitalize off of it. And the entire time throughout the park, like while you're walking through the park, you just have the hottest woman alive. You don't even know who she is. She has to accompany you the entire time, and she's kind of like your stand-in for your wife. But everybody gets one too. Like even if you bring your actual wife to this amusement park, she also gets like just like a random hot woman to follow you around. Kind of like how in every Adam Sandler movie, he casts just the hottest woman alive to be his wife in all of them. You also get that at this amusement park, but you don't like, okay, that sounds a little bit bad. She stays at like, when you leave though, she stays at the amusement park. She's not a souvenir. Okay. It's a part of the experience is what it is. It's a fair and safe part of the experience. It's almost like having a Hooters waitress just follow you around everywhere, Anyways, guys. This episode was a bit of a sloppy mess, and I know I've been a bit of a sloppy mess. It's been a bit of a stressful and hectic week for me, in terms of some stuff that I'm working on outside of content and whatnot, and in terms of my professional life. So I've been trying to get the ball rolling with stuff like that again, get that all sorted out and figured out. Now, if you liked this episode, please remember to leave a like, comment, and if this is your first episode, which, boy oh boy, I really hope it isn't, because this one was kind of a sloppy, fiery, diarrhea doo-doo mess, please feel free to subscribe anyways, so that way, maybe I can improve in the future, and we can have better episodes than this one. And maybe we can do, well, I mean, we could have done an outdoor episode. We could have like continued outdoors, but I got too much stuff to do here at the old homestead, if you know what I mean. Can't be out there roaming about with my microphone, my camera, making content and being a silly, goofy goober. So, yeah. In the wise words of Jelly Roll, sometimes you gotta roll with it. And then the rest of the stuff that he said in that one music video that I couldn't stop laughing at because it was just so absolutely ridiculous. Well, guys, I'll see you guys over on the Patreon, by the way. $5 a month, link down in the description if you'd like to go subscribe to our Patreon, get some bonus content. You get 2 bonus episodes a month, that are usually a little bit shorter in length, little bite-sized kind of episodes, on top of extended episodes for each episode, which is really cool and really exciting to see. So I will see you guys over on the Patreon, where we are going to maybe get a little sloppy. Maybe talk about some things we're not supposed to talk about. Maybe get a little down and dirty. Maybe we'll have a cold ones moment and you guys will maybe I'll slip a nutsack by accident. You know? Anything can happen. Anything's possible with Popsicle, as they say, which is actually our new sponsor for the podcast, is Popsicles. Specifically the Popsicle brand that had that slogan back in the day. They wanted me to say that after I mentioned that thing about my nutsack slipping on the podcast. Only on the Patreon, though. They actually wrote that in the email. They said, yep, we want to do that. That's exactly what we want. Talk about accidentally slipping your nutsack out and not censoring it for the video. All right. Bye, guys. See you over on the Patreon.